What is up, Troller Gang? We back. Listen, yo, I first want to start
Yes, sir.
apologize for our fucking hiatus. We took a lot of hiatus. A lot of shit happened.
Not
You
hold
know what I
on, hold
mean?
up. Not
What?
we, not we. You motherfucker.
All right, damn. But shit, a lot of shit happened. Listen, y'all, listen.
Nah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you right now. I got engaged. New baby was not like there
Congrats,
was a
bro.
lot.
Congrats.
There was a lot. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit that happened.
Who just bought a crib?
Yeah, just bought a crib. Like there's a lot of moving pieces. You know what I mean? It took a while to like kind of like get back to it, but we back. What's up, Chola gang? Listen, before we start, today is gonna be a very interesting day. We talk about something that everybody's talking about. It's like one of like the hottest topics out there, and you know, respectfully, from the bottom of our hearts, and I can speak for Troll Vince, this ain't meant to offend nobody. All right, listen, y'all got opinions, we got opinions, and we keeping it at that. All right, we keeping shit cordial. We gonna have our opinions. Don't get mad. Y'all get mad. Y'all got y'all opinions. We don't get mad. So we gonna leave it at that. But what's up, Vince? Man, we haven't been on here in forever, bro.
I know.
Damn.
I think it's been like 3 weeks.
Has it been 3 weeks?
I think so. But it's all good
Damn.
though. We back. We back. We rolling.
Damn. I didn't think it was 3 weeks. I thought it was like
Well,
two,
it
but
was
you might be
supposed to
right. I
be
think it was
one.
like a
It was
month.
supposed to be 1 week, and then yada yada yada.
That
Boom.
first week
Got
was your
engaged.
fault though, because you went to fucking you got work. And listen. Oh, we didn't forget about y'all. So those who wanted that video again with Kat and Nancy, we did not forget
Oh
about
yeah,
y'all.
that's in the works. That's
We
coming
did
up.
not. Part two is coming, but they again, y'all know how women are. Y'all know how they are. We gotta like beg them, then they gotta check their schedule and all that. You know what I mean? So
She's like, "Oh
we
no, my hair not done. I gotta get my nails done." Come
yeah,
on.
like nah, like we'll get back to that one. That's definitely a must hit topic. So I know y'all want to see Nancy and Kat battle it out one last time in a ring with the good Troller gang. So we're gonna make sure that one's a big one for y'all. But today we got something little bit even better. All right. But first of all, man, shout out the playoffs, bro. I know if your team's out of the playoffs,
The Clippers.
shut up,
The
shut
Clippers.
up, Vince.
First of all, let's go Sixers. I mean, y'all
Yo,
can pull through, man.
Celtics in five. Celtics in five. Dead ass.
No.
I'm telling you, Celtics in five, man. But yo, a lot of shit has happened since the last time we were on here. To be completely utterly honest, and I think the biggest thing that happened that we talked about it like to get on it like right when it happened. But bro, Andrew Tate is free.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he was locked up last time we had
That
this, right?
nigga free. Yeah, I'm telling
Yeah.
you. That's what I told
Yeah.
you, bro.
Yeah.
He is free. Like you know how crazy that is. Everybody who talks shit about Tate and he's out here. Like what now? Like
I
that's
mean,
ridiculous.
it was crazy that he got locked up to begin with. People with no evidence, and people were just like, "Oh, yeah, I see. I knew something was wrong with him." And then now turn around 3 weeks later, he's released, no charges, no nothing.
Bro, but
Silence.
to be booked since what was it, December for like 4 months with
Mhm.
no charges is wild.
Yeah,
That
well,
is wild. Unheard of. And
that's other governments. Every government can do what they want. You know what I mean? So
that's a
keep that in
political
mind when y'all traveling.
thing.
It's not
Brittany Griner.
America. You're not in America, motherfucker.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah. So,
But
she's free too.
don't pull a Brittany when y'all traveling. That's what we're gonna call it from now on. Don't pull a
She's,
fucking Brittany out
she's
there.
not America.
It's not what's that song it is? Made in America. No, wait.
I know what you're talking about.
Wait, you know what it is?
This is
This
America. This is
this is
America.
America. Yeah, nigga, not over there. Fuck out of here. Yeah, they thought. But listen, it's crazy because he was arrested simply because motherfuckers did not like what he was saying.
So that's what a lot of people are saying. That people don't like what Tate got to say, right? They don't like his views on things. He's trying to bring back the old school mentality of men are men, women are women, and people don't like it.
Listen, but it's fucked. You can't like I get that, but you can't jail somebody for speaking their views because this is gonna go right into what we talking today because he gets jailed for bringing him back, trying to bring back at least or attempt the old view of men are men, women are women. There's gender roles to play. Play your fucking role, and everyone will be perfectly fine. But then, on the other hand, listen again, disclosure. This ain't against no fucking body, but we have to talk about this shit because it's out there. Y'all like to push it on us, so we gonna push back and talk about it. It's that simple. Don't nobody get offended. We love y'all all. Drinks on me. But if he goes to jail for simply stating his views on what gender roles are, why the living fuck does everyone not try to jail motherfuckers for pushing views about men can be women, women can't be men? You know what I mean? Kids can be cats. You know what I mean? Cats can be kids. Like, it makes no sense as to why government wants to silence one party when they don't like them, but then encourage the other one. Like, why?
And what's crazy is it's not even just encourage, right? It's more so like promote and push, right? Because you're seeing now in schools, they're teaching kids about choosing their genders, like teaching kids that are not even they don't even know nothing about life yet. You're telling them, listen, I know you were born a man, but you really might be a woman. Did you think about that?
What if your child went to you one day after school and said, Dad, I think I'm a woman? What would you say, Vince?
Wait. You said if he
pulled up on you after school, you pick him up in the lamb, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna paint you a picture. Listen, you out of work, you know what I mean? Fresh cut, hop in the lamb. I know, you drive that Urus, pull up in the Urus. Hey, yo, let's go.
I'll drive a Prius.
Little man, jump in the back. Whoop. Dad, hi, how are you? Good. How was your day at school today? It was pretty good, but I think I'm a woman. I think I'm a girl, Dad.
What? I'll be like, what? That'll be the first word out of my mouth. What? I'm like, I would be like, who told you that? That'll be my like, who told you that?
Who lied to you?
Now, first of all, you're a boy. That's first and foremost. You're a boy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You're a boy.
What if he was dead ass? What if he was serious?
I would be dead ass. You're a boy. There's no. I'm so like. There's no. I don't know why this is so confusing. You're either a boy or a girl. You can't make it up. You can't make it up.
So
I'm sorry, son. Okay. Well, first of all, that's just my initial response. Obviously, we're going to talk about this and break it down. My first response is going to be no, you're not. You're a boy.
Bro, I'm fucking in tears. Yo, damn, ain't no hope. Listen, bro, don't. I mean, they fuck around, call you transphobic.
No, not at all. So here's my thing. I love everybody. I don't care what you do, what you get into. Gay people, all that stuff. Whether you choose to identify as a turtle, I don't care.
Damn.
What I don't like is trying to push these ideas and stuff on children who are not of age to make proper decisions. Right? They're not old enough to comprehend the world yet, and you're changing something that's not natural. I don't agree with that. Now, obviously, if they grow up and make their own decisions once they're of age, of mental capacity to make that decision, then I have no issues with that. If my son turns 21, 22 years old, he understands what he's actually saying and says, Dad, I feel like I'm a woman inside. Like that's what I truly feel like. At that point, all right, son, we're going to have a discussion. We're going to talk about it. And I accept that. I accept you for who you are and how you feel. But at 4 years old, you're not going to come back from school and talk about, I'm a girl. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay. Now, time out. Because this is a hot situation because, like, I feel like before COVID, no one questioned. No, there was no like battle of the genders before COVID. Like there was no like discussion or arguments or well, you're misidentifying or misgender. There was none of that before COVID. Like I feel like
I think
too
you're
much
right.
time on social media throughout COVID and being home, motherfuckers got bored.
They came up with something new, right?
Came up with something new, like 37 different genders, and we're like, oh, today we're just gonna choose. Because this is my next question. What do you like? What qualifications have to happen for you to be like, okay, I believe you. You might, or like, just I don't even know like what qualifications have to happen so you could say, I am now a woman. Like, what
For
do you
for
think?
for for who?
Like, if a man would wake up today and be like, I'm a woman,
I mean, I don't
or do
I
you
don't
think
know.
they could just say that shit, or it's like,
So
what has to happen?
there's a lot of different like variables, right? Like, because anyone could wake up and say that. Um, like me personally, like I said, I don't care. Like you can wake up and say that. You can tell me that you feel like a woman tomorrow, and I'll be like, all right, that's like I don't like that came out of nowhere. But if you really feel like that, all right, cool. Um, like I said, it depends on who we're talking about. But like I said, if there's a kid that comes to me and says that, it's like I can't even like take that seriously because you're not done growing yet. Your brain is not done developing yet, so you can't even comprehend fully what you're saying. So personally, I don't feel like that, so I can't put myself in that person's shoes that does feel like they're the opposite gender. So I don't know what in their minds what has to happen. But from my point of view, it doesn't really matter if you're of age or developmentally at that point where you can make that decision, then you make that decision, and I'll accept
But I
that.
don't even. It's it's hard to talk about this, and let's just let y'all know, we discussed about not hitting this topic a lot. But I mean, it's come to the point where we got to say something because it's already out there and everybody's out there with it, and we got to put our 2 cents because it really comes down to the point where it's just like what is a woman at this point? Like like I feel like you can't go out no more to the street and say, hey, ma'am, because as soon as she hits you, it's like, I'm not a man. Now you're offending them. Now you transphobic. Now you misgendered. It's just like, bro, you're a man. You're a lady. I get it.
Mm,
You're dressed as a man, but
mhm.
you're a woman. Like you're like I feel like society is trying to like basically in a sense judge you upon having just for general respect. Like you grew up, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. So what? I'm supposed to now lose my the respect I have towards people and give people just because I have to now adapt to the tiny ass percent of people that believe that there's something that they're literally not. As much as you want to think that you are, you're not. Like I saw, I'm gonna bring this example because I saw a video yesterday. Right, I was on TikTok. My daily TikTok squirrels, and I was scrolling
You
on
good, bro?
TikTok and
Scrolling,
I've
you're
been
scrolling on TikTok.
sipping. So I was on TikTok and then I ran into like a debate on it. And they were debating like, what is a woman? And some guy asked her, she's like, no, well, what's your definition of a woman? You know what this motherfucker said? She said, um, he was like, what do you need to qualify as a woman? Her answer was subscribing to a woman is anyone who subscribes to womanhood. I
See,
said,
like,
so a woman's like an Amazon Prime subscription.
so,
And
like,
I
it,
don't get that. What?
it's not. I mean, it's to her. So here's how I feel about it, right? I feel like it's not for us to get. It's just not. Like if they like I said, if whoever wants to believe whatever they want to believe, let them believe it. Who cares? I don't care. Like I said, if I come to you and I say, hey, hello, sir, don't address me as sir, address me as turtle. Okay. All right. Hello, turtle. Like I
Okay,
don't
sir. Listen.
I don't. But me personally, though, I don't care. Like if you present or you appear to be a man, and I say hello, sir, don't call me sir. I'm a ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I'm sorry. You know what I
But
mean?
you would
Like,
call
but
him a ma'am?
if he wants to, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not gonna. So like, I'm not gonna intentionally try to offend you. Like, yes, at the end of the day, you're still a man. But if you want me to address you as ma'am, sure.
I'm just
But
not gonna
I'm not
address
going
you
to
as
debate
anything.
you. I'm not going to debate you about what your sex is. But if you want me to call you ma'am, sure, that's not an issue for me. That's no problem.
Yeah, I think if I was in that situation, I don't think I would just. I think I just wouldn't address you as anything.
Or that, just leave it out. Just leave
Yeah,
the
like I'm just
pronouns out
leaving
of
it
it.
at that. Like
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna sit here and bother with no trying to address you as a ma'am or because
Mhm.
I think like pushing the ideology of us having to accept that you're something that you're clearly, literally fucking not is retarded. Like,
Okay, yeah, I feel you because I seen the one clip from Matt Walsh.
yo, shout out Matt, man.
He mentioned something. He said it's like forcing people to address you as something that you're not. He was talking about, well, that's like me saying you have to address me as brilliant and handsome.
I saw
You
that,
know, because I identify as brilliant and handsome, so you need to identify or you need to address me as brilliant and handsome.
and
But
anytime you talk about me, you have
just
to say,
because I believe that. That's not, he's saying like that's not how it should be. You know what I mean? Like, again, and personally, I don't really care if you want me to call you ma'am, sir, whatever. That's not that's I can do that. But
okay, so I'll say this.
at the same time, though, I
Mhm.
will say though, if you first of all, you need to be self-aware. You need to be self-aware. If you know that you are a man and you look like a man, or people can tell that you are a man, don't get offended when someone says sir. Like, don't be like, oh, how dare you assume my gender? Like that part I don't agree with. But again, you can be like, all right, I would prefer that you address me as man, and then I can do that for you. That's no problem.
Okay, so in this topic of gender's identity, right? Do you agree that every place should have a gender neutral bathroom, like, as their primary? Because there's a lot of locations now or states that are trying to fight on that every bathroom should be gender neutral.
All right, so
If you were forced to go to the bathroom
no,
with
I'm gonna
what,
answer your question. So
what would you? What do you think, huh? You go to the bathroom and
here's what I think,
Mr. Double D Titty standing there, like
Mister Double.
with a slinging dick. Like what what you doing? She dressed high heels. He was at the
So
bar. You thought she was the baddest dog in there. Bitch slinging dick in that bathroom. At that point, what you doing?
all right, so my thought and solution is one: if you put it that way, then first of all, I'm a grown man, so I don't care. But um, what I do think is there should be gender neutral bathrooms in addition to your male and female bathrooms. So if you're one of those people that identify as gender neutral or non-binary or whatever the new terms are, then let's add another bathroom. Who cares?
I think everyone's binary.
Well,
I think that's what
yes.
it is, right? Listen, I don't understand these damn terms. Okay, I
I
thought
don't
men and
fully
women. That's it.
Yeah, but people are now identifying as not a man or not a woman. So people don't they're not agreeing to the sex that was assigned to them at birth, which is okay. If you don't want to identify as either, create a bathroom for neither one, and that's your bathroom. Y'all can use
But
that one. Men that identify as men can use the men's room. Ladies that identify as ladies can use the ladies' room. If you don't
but this is the
identify as
issue with that.
anything, use nothing. I mean, use
But I
the
understand that,
other
right?
one.
So if you're a business owner and could do that, great. But you're a business owner. If the state were to cause every business has to have one, they have to, and you'd be like, they gotta now force you as a business owner so that your only bathroom has to be has to be a gender neutral bathroom. Which I mean, I
So
guess it
it
is.
yeah,
But
because
if you were in that position, where like you have now to create this other bathroom or make people feel uncomfortable if they do,
uh
would you still agree with that?
it depends. Like if you only have it all depends because if you only have one bathroom but it has multiple stalls or whatever, and everyone had to share that one bathroom space, as a business owner, I would be upset by that because obviously customers are going to be upset by that.
Facts.
If you had just a bathroom that's just a one stall bathroom, just one door, that's not as big of a deal because only one person could be in there at a time anyway. So that if it was that case, I wouldn't really care. But what they should do, because obviously something like that would be a huge change.
Yeah,
And it's
that'd be huge.
a huge change. But there's already so many businesses established. You have to grandfather them in. You not everyone can afford to reconstruct their business to accommodate that. So
Facts.
if that was to happen, then they should be grandfathered in.
Okay, I agree to a certain extent.
What you think? Wait, what you think about the gender neutral bathroom situation?
I agree to a certain extent, right? Because I think like it's like you said, like there's like if the bathroom is like if it's just a normal damn fucking bathroom, like there's places, and I don't want no one here watching thinking that there's a lot of places y'all been to where it's just one fucking bathroom. It's just one. It's been like that forever. Like there was never, even before this was ever in the question. Like it was always just like that. There's just places that had one bathroom. Everyone just used the fucking bathroom. No, everyone moved the fuck on. No one cared. I agree to that situation, but I think my disagreements would come to when it gets pushed on the kids, right? So like when now schools have to make a gender neutral bathroom, or stuff like that, because it's like I don't think I would feel comfortable if it was a bathroom with many stalls. If it's just one bathroom where one person can use it at a time, that's completely fucking different. Use it, get out, next person go in. No one's else in there with this locked door. But if it's one of those with like many stalls, like in schools and stuff, that I know there's certain states that are having a battle with that right now because they're trying to implement that. I think some did, and then there was issues. And it's just like I don't agree with that at all. Like, why should my son have to go into a bathroom and then run into the situation and then have females in the same bathroom? Like, to me, that's just a problem waiting to fucking happen. Well, if it hasn't, well, it has already, but it's just waiting.
It's absolutely like you can't have biological males and biological females using the same bathroom
at the same time. Like that to me makes no sense. Like it's just like then going, because this is my issue with the whole, and it's not my issue, but it is my issue. All right, fuck y'all if y'all think otherwise. But my issue with the damn community necessarily is like, why are we forcing it upon the children herself, right? Like this should just be a discussion amongst adults. Like, but when you see certain laws and things that are starting to be implemented specifically towards schools, I think that's a little drastic. Yeah, like there's no reason why there's a discussion upon we should allow the girls to pee with the guys in the same fucking bathroom because they feel no one gives a fuck about what you feel. At the end of the day, that's going to cause a problem because they're what 10 with teenage with hormones. Like at the end of the day, what they're gonna go to the bathroom, feel some type of way, and try to do something, and then you're gonna cause a problem. Like, I think that's what my issue is really.
I would agree. That was kind of goes back to what I said before, where they're pushing. You're shutting down one agenda, which is just traditional gender roles, but then on the other hand, you're pushing stuff like this, and that's not a stretch to say that they're pushing this because, as you just said, like this is being implemented in schools. Like you don't have a choice. They're putting the school that you're sending your child to, potentially, depending on where you're living. You have no say in this. Your child is being exposed to this now. Your child is being forced to share bathrooms with other people that you may not want them to share a bathroom with at that young of an age or whatever. So I don't agree with them pushing that agenda either.
But they're also because that's not the only one. Because I was reading yesterday, and they're also trying to, because I'm not gonna name departments because we're not against. We just give an open discussion opinion, right? I'm not gonna go deep into who's doing what or what. Because again, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. Just leave my kids out of it. But it's just like they were saying that they're trying to change the curriculums to have specific studies on LGBTQ plus.
I'll tell you right now.
What do you think about that?
I'm gonna tell you right now. If they do that, I'm gonna be in an uproar. I'll be leading the marches in protests. Not because I have anything against these, those people that choose to live their life this way or whatever. Because the school system is a joke to begin with, as it is. We went through all these years of school learning absolutely nothing that helps you with life. And now
we're gonna learn more of nothing.
not that it's more of nothing. Well, it doesn't like help you with life. So again, it's not needed. But if we can't learn about credit in school, why are we learning about
Facts.
Like, why are we learning about your gender identity? If we can't learn about how to pay your
How to
bills,
finance.
how to pay your bills, how to run a house, how to apply for a job, how to build your resume. If you can't do any of those things in school, why are we learning about gender identity at 5 years old?
Facts. I agree. I'm with you on that one. Shit, I will be with you to March. I will carry you if you get tired, because there is no way.
That would be my biggest annoyance with that, because there's been no change as far as learning stuff in school that will actually help you navigate life.
They're doing drag shows in school though.
Bro,
on God, bro. I saw a video.
You're gonna be angry.
Bro, I saw a video, bro. And it was, I don't know if it was a school because the parents were there and stuff. They did a drag show in school, bro. Teaching kids that they could be dragged.
I saw that briefly, and I'm just like, it's out of control. And you can't deny. I mean, you could, but you can't deny that there's a clear agenda being pushed on our children, and I got a problem with that.
All right, we're gonna jump into our next set of questions, because at the end of the day, this could go like 1,000 different ways. And again, we're not here to like offend nobody or kind of like come at no groups. Again, we're just literally discussing opinions.
Just sharing my opinion.
Whatever y'all want at the end of the day. But now that we're on the topic of schools, I know that there was recently like the situation with Florida and the trans athlete. Did you hear about that? The swimmer?
Was it a swimmer? Yeah, there was a couple.
Yeah.
There was a couple different like situations. So I don't even.
Michelle Phelps.
Stop it. So I heard a couple different things. I would just say right off the bat, it's like not even a question. It's clearly unfair to have biological men competing in biological women's sports. It's a clear unfair advantage. Again, I will revert back to my bathroom suggestion. If you identify as non-binary or non-male or female or whatever, put them in their own category. Create a separate league for them or a separate category for them. Y'all compete against each other, but don't have biological men who are scientifically stronger, faster, or whatever, competing against women who are scientifically not stronger, not faster. Like that, it's just common sense, and we make everything so complicated, and there's no need to be. It's common sense.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either, because it's just like I was also reading, it wasn't necessarily the fact that she was swimming with him, but it was also a fact of like they felt uncomfortable with her in the bathroom.
Oh, in the locker room. That's the part I wasn't even thinking about. Like, yeah, like if I was a woman and there was a biological man in my locker room because he identified as a woman, I have an issue with that. That's not cool. It's not fair to me. It's sure he feels included or she feels included, whatever. But what about me? Like, I don't have a say in this. I don't have like my feelings or my thoughts don't matter.
Well, at the end of the day, you gotta think about it from a daughter's perspective. Like, would you want your daughter at the same bathroom of another guy?
So that's something that I thought about when we were talking about the bathroom discussion, because
but we're talking more like now they're more grown, right? So those are like kids, but now we're talking about like grown adults.
But even
college kids are adults.
I was thinking that earlier with bathrooms in general. Like I'm like, damn, what if my I got a daughter, Jayla. Shout out Jayla. What if Jayla turns like
shout out Jayla.
What if Jayla turns 12 years old, right? Jayla goes out with her friends, they go to the mall or whatever. And this whole agenda is in place where they got to share bathrooms. Why would I want her in the bathroom with a 35-year-old man, a biological man, who like that? Come on, like use common sense. Like think about your children. You think about your daughter. Even if you are one of these people that I don't identify with either gender, if you had specifically like a daughter who did not agree with whatever, she identifies as a woman and wants to only be in a bathroom with women, and there's a man there with a dick in her bathroom,
A slinging dick,
like,
not no regular dick.
and that makes her feel uncomfortable. And it's probably hard for some people to understand this because you don't have a daughter. But like, how would you feel about that? Like, it's not. It just doesn't make sense.
I'd be annoyed because it's just like, why does she have to put up to while she's getting dressed to see just a guy? Because here's the thing about it, like, it's, there's always this argument of like, well, there's ones that went through like there's ones that went through like, surgery or this and that or yada 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 yada. But there's a lot that didn't. Like, what about them? Like, are they now no longer? Do you guys not identify them as trans because they didn't? Or is that what we're saying? Like, I just don't think it should just be allowed because it's just like we're again, and it's funny because everything we're talking about, it's literally forcing. We're forcing because people aren't choosing to do these things that are not the ones actually doing it. So it's just like, why do we have to force people who don't want to do this stuff?
I don't know. I got an answer for you, man.
Bro, listen.
Know.
It's one of those crazy situations. But here's gonna bring me to my next topic. Really, what's your definition of a woman? Shout out, Matt.
All right, so it's not a hard answer. It's very simple. People like to make it complicated and there's all these variables and all this other stuff, but the answer is very simple. A woman is an adult female. Like, there's nothing else. There's nothing else to it, right? An adult female is a woman. That's it. Why are we all so confused about what?
I ain't no one confused. I'm just saying it makes no sense to me, bro. I saw the interview of Matt Walsh. You see the one with the EMT, nigga?
Yeah, I did.
Yo, listen. So let me give y'all a little. If y'all didn't see it, man, go check out Matt Walsh because he has a lot more on this topic. And again, we're just kind of hitting on it because it's hot right now. We have to hit on it at some point. We have kids. We have lives. We see how this affects everyone and us and particularly. So we talk about it. But Matt had an interview at the Young Americans Youth Foundation, if I'm not mistaken as to what it's called. But an EMT came up and was asking him, questions. She was trans and yada yada yada, or she something. So the trans, and then it was saying, well, you're allowed to be a woman and men are allowed to be women and women are allowed to be men. So he asked, he's like, well, you're an EMT. If a man had a medical emergency and you responded and he said, I think I'm having a miscarriage, would you check him to see if he's having a miscarriage? If it was a biological man, but he identified as a woman and he said he thinks he's having a miscarriage, would you? And her literal response was no. Wouldn't that be offending? The fact that he identifies as a woman. But then she brought up a point and she was like, well, not all women could get pregnant.
Yeah, but that's not well his response to that was perfect. It's just like but like you stop laughing.
I'm laughing because it's funny, bro. It's just like, bro, here's with the 2 legs.
Yeah, like humans, we know humans are born with 2 arms, 2 legs, 10 toes, 10 fingers. Like if you see a person that is born with 1 leg or only has 1 leg,
that doesn't mean legs are on the spectrum.
Are they not human? Or now they're on a spectrum? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, if they only have 1 leg, that something went wrong because humans are born with 2 legs, 2 arms. Like, you can't make that up. So
no, it's facts, though.
Same thing applies for a man and a woman. A man cannot get pregnant. A woman can. And it's just that simple.
No, and it is, because my thing is, like, people like to, we're going to get a little serious because people like to say, like, oh, well, a man can be a woman because he feels like it, right? But you could feel like anything. Like, you could really legitimately feel just like anything. But and then it always becomes a back and forth of both sides, right? Of the community and not the community. And it's just like, well, what is a woman, right? And everyone has this different definition of what a woman is. And some people like to say, well, and some people like to say, I saw a comment Joe pop in there, but some people like to say, like, well, women like to, there's short women, right? And then there's tall women. Does that mean that they're still women? So then there's trans women, like they're still women. This is what I gotta say to that. Because I always hear that argument. That's always a thing. Oh well, there's different categories of women. There's tall, there's fat, there's short, there's skinny. But they're all women. But there's trans women. Let me say something about the only difference. Well, the main difference between that situation is tall women, short women, skinny women, fat women, white women, black women, pink women, green women. They all have one thing: a fucking vagina. And they all came from the nature of being able to get pregnant. They all came from the nature of being able to bear kids, to have uteruses. They all naturally were born with the capabilities with all of those capabilities from birth. Okay, so them, just because you're a trans whatever, it does. You can't classify in that aspect with anybody with them and any of that, because you weren't born with those capabilities. You could have gone through a sex change. It still does not mean you can get pregnant. Like it doesn't matter what you were born with, or not. Like, I mean, what you transitioned into, you will not be able to ever have the same capabilities as a biological female. It's not. And the same thing vice versa. Biological female, you can never have the same capabilities as a biological man. It's not a thing. Like, it doesn't happen. Right? So I see we got King Tight in the building. Did y'all touch on trans man, competing against biological females? So we did, man. And it kind of, and this is one of those things where it's like we don't agree with it in a sense, because it's like it makes no sense as to why a man should be able. I'll say this. I'm gonna say it so we don't all get confused. There's co-ed sports, right? If this is a co-ed situation, play fucking co-ed sports. That's perfectly motherfucking fine, right? But then there's still a balance as to performance wise, right? But it's co-ed. No one really is judging them. You can play co-ed sports as man, woman, whatever. But what we were really necessarily talking about is what I see the inconvenience in men competing against women, or trans women competing against biological women, or whatever the terminology is, because I'm not good with the terminology, y'all, so forgive me. So, what I think the issue is the biological man's always going to have an advantage. It doesn't matter, and because we could go on here and say, oh, well, they got to take hormones, they got to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. They will always still have an advantage. There is still, hormones do not change bone structure. Hormones do not change lung capacity or lung size. Hormones do not, anything you take, it's not going to change your natural structural being. It doesn't do that. It just changes all your hormones, but nothing physical changes. Your arms are still going to be longer. Your legs probably are still going to be wider. They're going to have more muscle mass. They can still gain more muscle mass. Hormones are not. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen trans women body. You ever seen a trans woman body lifter against a regular woman body lifter, and she on hormones?
It's a huge difference.
She's still huge, bro. She's still huge. Huge. I'm talking about Hulk huge. Like, ain't no way, because she was a man. She's a man. It's a man. So it's just like there's still a big difference. So, and I don't think it's right. So, yeah, we did touch on that. So, yeah, that was really what we came down to. Where it's just like, man, plus it's also the uncomfortability, because now think about it this way: they're on a team at the end of the day. Everyone on the team, I feel like, has to consent to this. So forcing it on a team that they don't consent to having the opposite gender in a locker room is ridiculous to me. Because that's what happened at that point. And they were saying, because girls were coming out afterwards, and they were like, "Bro, this man had a full erection after the swim meet. Like, why do we gotta see this? That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy." Is crazy. Hard dick and all after swim meet, but you can't. But she a woman. What, bro? That's some dangerous shit. If my daughter ever came home and was on some, Daddy, there's a hard dick in the locker room. Who? Shannon. Ooh, Shannon had a hard dick in the locker room today. What? Shannon gotta die. Ain't no way. You know what I mean? It's just I think it's just inappropriate. I think it's inappropriate. That's really what it comes out to. Is I don't agree with that.
Well,
And not giving the players the option is wild.
that could be avoided by having a non-binary league.
How would that happen?
You got a men's league, you got a women's
WNBA.
league, you got a
Don't start me
non-binary
here.
league.
Don't start me on this topic. The WNBA can't even support itself.
It doesn't matter.
You're gonna have another league that can't support itself, that has to get subsidized by the NBA.
Listen, that's better than having someone that identifies as a woman but is biologically a man in a woman's locker room. When people,
you know how small that league would be.
There's enough of them that it would.
No, it was not, bro. No, ain't no way, nigga. Ain't no way. There's no way, bro. You're gonna be a league of one team, and they're just running scrimmage. That's it. There's no way it's enough. There's no way. Who do you think have it harder? Trans people or people in wheelchairs? This is a dumb question, but you please.
What?
Who do you think have a harder
What?
struggle? Hold on, listen. Hear me out, bro. I've been drinking all day. Listen, hear me out. Do you think? Listen. Listen. You gotta hear me out on this one. Do you think who has the hardest struggle? Come back. Come back. Who has a harder struggle? A trans person or a person in a wheelchair? Keep it a buck.
Wheelchair.
Bro, I was watching this, bro. Oh my god, I have to stop watching this shit like this. But I was watching. Yo, shout out Matt Rife, the comedian. He was like, who do y'all think has it harder? You ever never heard of Matt?
Like this white guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He's hilarious, bro. I want to see him so
yeah,
bad.
I know what you're talking about.
So he was like, who do you think has it harder, a trans person or a person in the wheelchair? He's like, man, I'm tired of hearing trans people say, you know, man, I struggle. Like, you know how hard it is to just live life and not be able to like walk and feel like yourself. And he's like, the handicapped person just spits the wheelchair. Walk. Yeah, like sometimes, man, like not knowing who you are just makes you want to, you know, jump off a bridge. He spins the wheelchair and goes, jump? What's that? Bro, some shit. You gotta watch this shit, bro. Yo, it's just funny because I mean I don't know. I guess there is such thing as like a trans struggle, I guess.
No, 100% there is.
Yeah,
because you can easily like attribute it to like anything that you ever personally went through. Yeah, hold on, I got wipe my tears.
Me too, nigga.
Anything you've ever personally went through, right? And only you understand like how serious and how deep it is, and how like no one understands like what you're feeling, what you're going through. You don't feel like yourself. You can't be yourself. That's hard. It's hard to go through life like that, and especially now, like it's just now becoming accepted, right? Like for the OGs that have been living through this for a while, like I can't imagine trying to fit into society that did not accept it. Like no, it's almost.
I don't want to sound ignorant, but I don't really. It's not that I don't believe.
You don't believe.
I don't. Do you believe? No, it's like not that I don't believe that there's a struggle, but I'm like, how much of a struggle?
To me, it's a personal struggle, and the individual persons came together and made it like a movement. But it's more of a personal struggle because you.
Yeah, explain how, bro. How would you see that as a personal struggle? Because to me, it's like You're fighting with yourself to be something that you will never in life be able to fully be.
All right, but aside from that, it's more so like I'm a guy. I I I believe and I truly feel like I'm a woman, but I look how I look. Like I'm clearly a guy, but I feel like a woman, and I don't know how to exist in society because I look how I look and I feel how I feel, which are two different things. That's a hard way to navigate life. And then on top of that, everyone around me is like, "You're not a woman, bro. Like you're a dude." It's like, yo, but
But
I feel like a woman. Like I don't nothing. Like, I feel like a woman. That's got to be hard to navigate.
do you think it's a mental health thing? I personally, believe it or not, honestly, this is literally, again, I hate to seem ignorant, but I honestly think that it has to do with a mental
So
health disorder.
you think it's 100% it's mental health every time.
I 100% believe it's definitely correlated with a mental health disorder
I disagree.
that no one has dived deep into it. I'll say this. Let me give an exact explanation. If you're going through it as a struggle, to me it's 100% mental health. Makes no
But
fucking sense. If you are doing it because, let's say, my only exception to my own theory is those who just go about doing it, drags and stuff like that. They're just doing it. Then it's kind of like more, they're just doing it because they want to, type shit, right? Not like I'm fighting to do a full change. Like,
so
you
you
know what
think
I'm saying?
you think if they're trying to switch genders, you think it's mental health?
I 100%. It
Okay.
makes no, because it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense as to you've created you've basically created a whole different persona in your mind that
But
you wholeheartedly believe you are,
you
when
gotta.
every biological aspect of you that was natural by birth, given by God, says otherwise. Like, if
But you
someone
gotta.
came to you and said, I'm a fish, and just start acting like a fucking fish every day, dressed like a fish, just lived in water.
Yeah, but you can't. So I get what you're saying, but I
I
think
don't
you can't.
understand.
I think you can't throw a fish analogy in there. I think there's. I think you have to keep it within the human realm, right? The human spectrum. There's male and
There's
female.
no,
There's male and female. You're born a male, but you might have been born feeling like a female. Feeling like you might have the same like hormones or desires or not
but how do
hormones,
you
but
feel like a
desires.
female? How do
Oh
you
wait,
feel like a female?
because I don't know. I've seen so many like different
Like,
like
you could be
people.
feminine. You could be feminine. Everyone has a little bit of femininity. That should exist.
But it could be natural. Like it could be like just I've always naturally been feminine. So I don't. So when you
That
say
doesn't mean you're a woman, though.
no, I agree with you. You're not a woman. You're not a woman at all.
Like,
But you can absolutely feel like that and not be like I don't think you have to necessarily have a mental health issue to feel like that. I think you could have literally been born like that. I think now I will say I do think it's a lot more of mental health than people make it out to be. I do think
but
it's a lot of I think it's a lot of like how you grew up, if you were ostracized, or there's a lot of different like variables that might push people towards thinking that, oh, I don't belong in this group, but maybe I belong in this group. I think it's a lot of that, but I do think it's possible for you to physically, biologically be born one gender, but feel internally, naturally feel like a different gender. I think both are possible.
I don't.
But hold on, before hold on. I think have you heard of this divine natural ability?
I've never heard that shit.
All right, I'm gonna have to look this up. We're gonna come back to this.
The fuck is that?
I'm gonna have to
I've
come
never
back
heard of
to
that shit.
this.
But no, it just doesn't. To me, it's like there's no way you could feel something that you're not. Like, there's no way. It's like there's women
can't
who are
say that.
tomboys, but there's women who are tomboys,
All
and
right, hold on,
they're more manly.
hold on.
But to say you're going through a struggle because you can't be a man
Do you
is
do you
fucking pushing it.
do you feel like you're good looking? Because you're
I'm the
not.
sexiest nigga alive,
Because you're not. You know, what I mean? Like you can. Of course, you can feel like something that you're not. Like,
bro. But you could feel like that. Now we're gonna talk about not putting like weird analogies. That's not, you can't use that analogy because you're not trying to literally change your entire reality.
yeah, but I'm saying you can absolutely feel like that.
Like
Though.
going through an entire sex change, or literally, I could live my entire life thinking I'm good looking. It doesn't fucking matter. It affects no one. I'm not gonna get mad. Like, it affects nobody. But to go to the literal extent of changing your entire persona to live under the umbrella of a persona that you will never be, because you could be ugly, you could legitimately become good looking. You can't be a man and legitimately become a female.
I agree.
You can't.
I agree with you on that, but I think there are people who have transitioned or whatever that will tell you, that will agree with that point. That will agree with, I've transitioned, but I'll never actually be a man, or I'll never actually be a woman.
Oh, I love those people.
And I think those are the most accurate people of, regarding the whole topic. But
yeah, because they're in touch with their reality. I feel like that's reality.
I'll never actually be a man, but I feel like a man so much that I wanted to transition into appearing as a man and all that stuff.
Because I look at that.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it's possible. Like, do I think that they have a mental health issue? No, I think they just truly feel like that, and they want to transition into.
No, but I still think it's different, because the person that does feel that, that transgender person that lives in the reality of, I chose to do this to walk as close to the life of a man as I can, or a woman as I can, but I chose that. I feel this way. I want to live in that life as much as possible. But I'm never a man. I'm never a woman. I was born a man. I was born a woman. But I want to live in the opposite sex as close as I want to, because that's my choice of what I want to do.
That's mental health.
But that's a reality choice.
Is that mental health?
Because in reality, they understand.
Your original statement was saying that would be a mental health issue.
Bro, but they live in reality. But not to live in the reality is crazy.
All right, so you don't. So that's not mental health.
So then because they live in the reality. So let's adjust it then. Those who don't live in the reality, because those are also the ones that are like, I was meant to be. Oh, bro, no. Time the fuck out. You were choosing. I didn't choose to be a man, bro. Yes, you didn't choose it. But guess what? You also can't just choose to switch. This was decided the day you were fucking conceived. Like, the day you were conceived. Like, it makes no literal sense. Again, if you're going to live in the reality and say, you know what, I just want to be a man today, and you're going to act that way, okay, that's fine. But you're also still acknowledging the fact that but to live in the fucking a realm that I am just going to disregard I was ever this, because I was never, like, I was like, bro, come on. Like, let's keep it a buck. And those are the ones that'll get mad at you for identifying for bullshit. It's just like, no, you have traits that automatically give you away that you were a fucking biological man that you'll never get rid of. It's impossible. It's not gonna fucking happen. That's why you get misgendered. You get misgendered because you obviously will never be the opposite fucking gender. That's my thing on it. So yeah, I love my trans people that live in the actual reality, but the ones that live in the false realm and try to force this topic and try to ridicule you for trying to, like, not follow their literally disbelief is to me is
and that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Is I think most people, not most, a lot of people don't have an issue with your personal decisions, right? Like, you can decide what you want. The issue comes in when you're trying to push and force your ideas and your beliefs on other people. And aside from this topic, right? Aside from just, hold on, let me cut this robot off. Aside from just
damn, Bob, easy. Bro, I got a bomb at 10 o'clock. That motherfucker turns on. Yo, shout out Bob, man. Shout out Bob, bro. Yo, make sure, listen, I'm gonna answer this here. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, motherfuckers.
So aside from just the trans topic or the gender identity topic, you can say the same thing about religion, right? Like it's nothing more like annoying or a turnoff than like the super religious person that's like forcing and super judgmental and telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing because
we call those fanatics.
Because they believe it, right? Because they believe it so strongly, they want to force it and push it on you, and like, oh, you're going to hell because you smoked a cigarette. Like, no, and it's the same. That same thing applies to this topic. If you believe in that and you feel like you're this, but you were born this, that's fine. Don't force it down other people's throats because you believe that.
I agree. But I call those fanatics because people aren't born a religion. It's not. Religion is 100% a choice. It's 100% a choice.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was just saying, like, as far as the pushing it on other people part.
Oh, yeah. Facts. Jehovah's Witnesses, do not knock on my door, bro. I'm glad I'm in new construction because y'all don't have my address yet. But as soon as y'all find out, they're going to pull up.
They'll be there. Let me ask you this because we coming up on time.
I'm putting up a private no Jehovah's Witness.
I got one more question for you before we get out of here. All right.
Woo, shit, man.
So real quick on this, back on this topic, right? As far as like them pushing this agenda on children and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about them using the puberty blocking medication on
It's a negative. You're castrating children. That's what it is. Those are it's castration of a child that has nothing physically wrong with them. You're castrating. They use you know what they use those medicine for?
No, let us know.
They use those medicines on like pedophiles, cancer, and shit like that. Like literally what you're doing is you're castrating a child. There has not been enough fucking tests, first of all, on that medicine to give it to 100% healthy kids. You don't need your breasts. Let's cut these off.
They said there's no side, like there's no long-term effects. They said it can
that they know of. It hasn't even been tested long-term. Yes, there's not long-term effects because no one wants to test the pedophile, and the person that has cancer that they did it on fucking died. Like, there's no like. Yes, that's why there's no fucking long test because everyone who they're testing on, no one cares to test a pedophile because they touch kids. They could die. No one gives a fuck. And there's no long test because the people who have cancer, when they give it to them, they're gonna die anyways. So yes, they can't obviously test it. So what are we testing it on fully healthy children? That's what it sounds like to me. They're using them as fucking guinea pigs. And it's ridiculous to say that a 10-year-old girl feels like a guy. So let's cut her fully healthy breasts off. Literally, population control. Like, let's cut her fully healthy titties off. Yeah. Let's cut them off. Shit that we use for breast cancer. Let's cut her titties off. And just cause her issues growing up. Let's cut her. Like, come on, bro. Like, that makes no. It's sick. It's literally fucking sick. And if you're a parent and you're over here fucking agreeing with, oh yeah, let's just cut my son's penis and turn it into a vagina at 10 years old and let's castrate him and switch this and switch that, bro, you need mental fucking health issues. You need mental help and you have mental health issues. Like that is that I don't agree with. That the puberty blockers is not just the puberty blockers. It's castration. Like, if you read what is in those is that medication. It's literally the fucking exact same thing. They give fucking pedophiles so they can't ever do anything ever again, and they give fucking people with cancer who have breast cancer, they have colon cancer, they have all this other shit. Let me tell you something right now. Ain't no fucking way a trans woman is ever gonna have breast cancer. You know why? Because you're a fucking man. You're going to have fucking colon cancer. Does that mean, though, that we're going to castrate you as a fucking child? or like because it just makes no sense. You're giving something that's not needed. Like, I don't even. It's so dumb. Like, there's no like no art. It's just stupid. Just to say you got something done. Oh, well, they went
So
through their blockers.
I see a strong reaction to this. Like, I obviously you feel strongly about
It's
that.
stupid, bro. It's dumb.
So now, you brought this up earlier. Say one of your children come to you very seriously and say they're like 12 years old. Very seriously, I want to transition.
No.
I don't. I can't even get the question out.
No, slapping that motherfucker in the back of the head.
No,
hard as shit too. Hard as shit. You can do whatever you want as long as it's not my motherfucking house. When you move the fuck out and you got your own life, do whatever the fuck you want. I got nothing to do there. I raised you to get the fuck out of my house and make right choices. Whatever you're making from there, though, that's on you. Like, I can't. Man can indeed get breast cancer. Yo, chill out. It ain't that. Not really. And not really. Yeah, but the percentage is fucking retarded. Breast cancer is usually a woman thing, and guys really don't get breast cancer. But a woman can't ever get colon cancer.
They can't.
You can't. I don't think they can. That's a guy thing.
So he's not a doctor. Y'all don't listen to him.
No, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a medical professional whatsoever. So don't listen to me. All right, castrate your children, I guess.
I will say,
let's treat them like pedophiles.
I do not subscribe to this. Do not agree with.
Yo,
this.
but Paula, dead ass, sorry to interrupt you. Yo, write that percentage. If you can find it, find out real quick. Type it down here. I want to know now. I want to know the percentage of guys who get breast cancer.
Google it real quick.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't agree with.
I know they do, but it's such a lopsided scale. It's so lopsided. I think it's literally retarded. Let me see. I'm gonna search that shit now because I want to know. Percentage of men who can get breast. Wait. Oh, there we go. Who get breast cancer versus woman. Less than 1% of all breast cancer diagnosed in the United States are in men. Men don't get breast. Paul, I'm sorry, but it being less than 1%.
Yeah, they can get it.
I'm sorry, Paula. Yo, shout out Paula for watching, but I'm not agreeing on this one. They ain't getting shit less than 1%. That means no. That percentage is so small. 2,700 men in the United States consist of billions. I can't. No. Nah. They can't.
In the U.S. But anyway,
let me see.
Yeah. You done research?
We got prostate. We're gonna do prostate.
What you looking up now? Colon cancer?
Yeah.
All right, hurry up. We gotta wrap this up.
All women are at risk. Oh, damn, my bad. I gotta stop drinking today. All men are at risk for prostate cancer. All of them. 2 out of 3 men will die from prostate cancer. Women don't have prostate. Another thing that differentiates a man and a woman.
You said colon cancer. Is that the same?
Prostate. It's the same fucking thing. It's on your fucking asshole.
Is that the same?
Put the fucking shit up your fucking ass
Is colon cancer the same as prostate cancer?
Yeah, prostate. It's the same fucking thing.
All right, we're off topic though.
It's up your ass. Paula brought it up.
We're off topic.
Paula, hold on. Last one. Is prostate and colon? Oh, look right there. That's actually for. Oh, it's not the same. Never mind. Yo, shout out Google, man.
Motherfucker.
They're similar because they're in the same area, but they're 2 different types of cancer. That's what it says here. One's more towards the bowels, and the other one occurs in the prostate and the genitorial. Genital, whatever. I was close. Whatever. Fuck y'all. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a troll.
All right. So,
any more questions to piss me off tonight, Vince?
Let's say, what else you got for us? Anything? I think we're at the end here.
Nah, listen. I think we had time, man. This was a great discussion. I mean, this is the first stream back But get ready, motherfuckers, because we're coming back in hot. Listen, we told you on the beginning, and we'll tell you again. We promise we are gonna redo this whole Nancy Cat thing. We have to do a part 2, and we're gonna harass the shit out of them. Okay, we will be back with them. We definitely have some other topics that we said prior we're gonna do, and I think it's still up on the table. I know we want to talk about uh
Child support.
child support. I was about to say the same shit. I know we want to talk about child support. That'll kind of be something involved with marriage. We'll do that. We got some good people in mind that have some good insight on that stuff. Definitely that's a good topic. We're gonna speak about. I know we also want to speak about our education. I know Vince brought it up early, but why our education system is so fucking trash.
Oh, we got the perfect people for that.
So yeah, we're definitely we're gonna talk about a little bit of that.
Some educators that can speak on that.
Oh yeah.
Inside the system.
We'll definitely bring that up. And yeah, we're gonna keep going. Make sure y'all comment, like, share, subscribe. If you guys want to speak about anything in specific, please make sure y'all DM us on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. We're on TikTok. Listen, on TikTok, we are on the road. On the fucking road to go live. Okay, we will be going live very, very soon on TikTok. We feel like we're not shadow banned no more. We've cracked views. Okay, we're kind of back out, so we're gonna definitely be pushing TikTok a lot. All right, so make sure y'all follow us on TikTok at Trollaholics, on all social media platforms at Trollaholic Podcast. All right, we will be here probably weekly. Depends on Vince's schedule.
Yeah, we're gonna try weekly. We'll try weekly. It depends on this guy goes on road trips or buys another house.
I ain't going to no damn road trip.
Or decides to get married again. Like who knows?
Hey, married again. This is my first time. I'm not even married yet.
Get engaged again, my bad.
We're closing on a house. We closed July, so we definitely got some time. But listen. Stay tuned again. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Tag your sister, your cousin, your sister's cousin, your mom, your aunt, your dead grandmother. Tag them all. Make sure they follow us everywhere. Vince, you got anything?
Listen, I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We got more coming. It's gonna get better and better. So just
man, this was a good topic to swim back into things.
Yeah. Again, if it was not clear, don't have an issue with anybody individually. I love everybody.
Facts.
This was all just our opinions, our personal.
Shout out Woody's.
Get out. All right, we out.